Hi guys, welcome back. My name is Ashley and I'm a dancer on board a cruise ship. And so I wanted to talk to you about how you can also become a performer on a cruise ship so you can travel the world and do what you love, just like I do. Now, I cannot stress this enough. Whether you're going to be a performer or not, if you want to work on board a cruise, you have to speak English. So, English is the language at sea. So, all cruise ship companies, the language on board will be English. So, for safety reasons, and also if you are a performer for performances, interacting with guests, and all of that kind of stuff, you must be able to speak English. There are some companies who obviously take this much more seriously and it's much more of a priority for them, but all cruise companies across the board will require you to speak English. So if you don't speak English yet, maybe you can start some English classes or you can start practicing some English ready for when you want to audition to work on board a ship. Another big priority for cruise companies is going to be versatility. So, whether you're a dancer, singer, acrobat, they want their performers to be as versatile as possible because we perform in lots of different shows, sometimes in different venues with different themes, different vibes. So, they want to hire performers who are versatile, who can bring the energy and bring the vibe of all the different shows that they perform each and every night. So, for dancers, I would say that they want to prioritize dancers with strong technique in jazz, commercial, and partner work. But if you are amazing at another style like tap or salsa, or you're a ballroom dancer, they're still going to want to see those things as well. But they definitely like to have a foundation in the ones that I mentioned just now. And also, all of the female dancers and vocalists will be performing in heels for most of the time. So, that will be another requirement that they would ask to see as well, just to make sure that you are comfortable doing that and that you can stay safe while dancing in heels, because it adds a whole completely different element that I don't know how the female dancers do it sometimes. Like, I'm struggling in a flat shoe. It's crazy. It's crazy, but they're so amazing. And then with regards to vocalists and singers, again, they want to see all different people with all different backgrounds and styles, but a big priority for them would be like pop rock belt, because that is the sort of style that you're going to be doing in a lot of the shows. Even if you don't feel like that necessarily describes you and your wheelhouse, still apply, because you never know what it is that the company is looking for. But I would just say, in my experience, generally speaking, those are the sorts of things that the casting teams are looking for on board. But outside of technique and style and genre, the main thing that they really want to see is your personality. There are so many people in this world who have incredible technique, beautiful lines, have gorgeous voice, but no one in the world is the same as you. The only person who can do what you do in the way that you do it is you. And so they really want to see that. They want to see how you're going to bring your personality into the shows and into the performance, and how you're going to make it your own, and how you're going to captivate the audiences, and little nuances that you're going to do that maybe other people don't think of. Only you can be you. And so that's like your superpower. And you need to really lean into that and embrace that and celebrate the things that make you who you are, because that is what is going to set you apart from the other people who are trying to get the same job as you. So really lean into who you are and what you want to bring. If you're able to bring your personality into your performance, then I promise you, you are going to fly. Another thing that people ask quite often is, do I need an agent? I would say the short answer is no, you don't need an agent, because you can find the castings yourself, you can submit yourself, you can go to open calls and do all of those things. So if you are willing to put in the work and you know how to find those things and you put the time in and you make the effort to do your research, you can absolutely find yourself a job on board without an agency. But I guess you could argue that having an agent might make it easier. There's just pros and cons to both, and I guess you have to decide what is going to be the best option for you. For example, you might want to have an agent because they might have better connections, or they have a better relationship with the casting directors, or they might know exactly what it is that the casting team is looking for, so they might be able to get you a job quicker. But on the flip side of that, obviously you do have to pay your agent for the work that they've done in getting you the job, which is usually, I think industry standard is usually between 10 to 20%. It just depends on the agency that you're working with. So I guess to answer your question, no, you don't need to have an agent, but it can definitely be beneficial. And so it all just depends on the route you decide to take and what you think is going to be best for you and your career. Okay, we're really getting into it. Let's get comfy. Now, let's say you've decided that you do want to work with an agent. So the next step is figuring out how do you actually get an agent. I would say with this, the first thing you want to do is research. Okay, you want to research different agencies that are out there. You want to research what kinds of clients they have. If their clients have jobs, working contracts that you would want to do and that you would be really, really interested in, all of these things can be found online, whether it's through social media, websites, Google, so many things. Research as much as you can before applying for any of the agencies that you end up applying for. Now you'll need to discuss the possibility of representation with these agencies. So there's two main ways of doing this. Some agencies will actually do live in-person auditions. So it's exactly the same as if you're auditioning for a job, but you're just auditioning for representation. So then most agencies will also accept online submissions. So what you want to do is you want to email the company or fill in they have like an interest form on their website. You can fill in the form or send them an email expressing that you're interested in representation from them. And what you would probably want to include in that email is, first of all, you want to write them a personalized message in the email. Talk about something that has really made their agency different and what's really inspired you to apply for them. Once you've written the email, you're going to want to also include a copy of your headshot, your CV, your availability, and also your show reel. So all of these things are going to be showcasing you to the best of your abilities, so then the agency can really see exactly what it is that you're about and the talents that you're offering, and then they will know exactly how they can represent you and push you for the right companies to get the best contract for you. So these things are all really important. If you would like any advice on how to make the perfect showreel, tips, tricks, do's and don'ts, anything like that, leave me a comment down below and I can make a whole video giving advice about showreels. And whilst you're there, if you just hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, I would love to have you part of the community. I am posting videos about performing, ship life, travel, and all the things that come with that every single Monday, and so I would love to have you here. Now, if you're one of the people who decided that you don't want to work with an agent and you want to do everything independently, then there's also some things that you can do to research and find the auditions and get in the room and try and get the ideal contract for you. So there are a few different ways that you can find out about auditions. So there's some casting platforms, like you have Spotlight, Backstage, Industry Auditions, Cast App. You just make an account with them and they advertise different auditions that are going on in your area. So there'll be lots of different auditions on there. And then if you're looking for cruise work specifically, there's usually a little filter button, or you can search the word cruise and it will show you all of the different cruise auditions that are coming up, where they're going to be, what date, what time, and how you can sign up for them. Another way that you can do that is through social media. So a lot of the time casting companies and cruise lines will post about their auditions on Instagram or Facebook or wherever it is that they have a good platform and following. Usually with most big cruise lines, they will go on what's called an audition tour. So they'll go and do live in-person auditions in big major cities around the world in different countries. They'll go to so many different places to try and find incredible performers from all over the world. So there is probably a really big chance that they're coming to a city near you, and you can find out when, where, time, date, how to apply, and all of that stuff. So now that you have actually found out about the audition, what is the audition process? How does that work? With cruise ships, there are usually two different types of audition. You have a live in-person audition, and then you also have the online submissions audition. If it is a live audition, you're going to arrive on the day, and let's say that you are auditioning to be a dancer. You're going to arrive on the day and you're going to go into the first round. So there'll be a large group of people all in the room with you, and you will do, let's say you do a jazz combination. So you'll learn a little jazz combination, whether it's a routine or some corner work, and you'll perform that in small groups. The casting team will make a cut and they will decide who they want to keep and who they're going to let go this time. And then if you get kept, then you might do a commercial round, and then they might also do a partner work round or contemporary round, or if they're looking for something more specific like tap, all of that sort of stuff will be kept further towards the end of the audition day. The same for singers. Usually singers will go in and they will have to do some sort of a movement round, and then they will also sing some songs, some that might have been asked to be prepared before they arrived on the day. So it might be specific songs from the cruise line, or it might just be some of your own songs that you think really showcase your talent. The alternative is a online submission. So either your agent or you will submit online. So that will again be sending your headshot, CV, availability, and showreel off to the casting team. So again, your showreel is so important because that can literally be the deciding factor of whether or not you get the job. The casting team might decide to hire you straight away just from watching your showreel, or they might ask for some callback material, in which case they will send you maybe like a Dropbox folder or some sort of video teaching you some routines, and then you will film the video and you'll send it back to the casting team via YouTube, Vimeo, something like that, so that they can watch your callback material. Now, I cannot stress this enough. If you do not have the money or the resources to have the most incredible studio or have the most gorgeous backdrop for your audition video, that is okay. It is not important. Even if you are dancing outside in a car park by your house, as long as there is good lighting and the company can see you and they can see what it is that you're doing, or if you're a singer, if they can hear you and they can see your performance, that's all that's important to them. And so please, I cannot stress this enough. Please do the audition. Do not stress about spending loads of money on the most incredible studio. You do not need to, but please do the callback material. Please. You won't regret it, please. And now that you have made it through the whole audition, you've completed the callback material, you have done everything you can, hopefully you will then receive an offer. So an offer from the company, some people hear back in days, some people hear back in weeks. It really just depends on the current casting availability, what contracts are coming up, start dates, what it is that the company need, etc, etc. And I just want to finish off this video by saying, if you are not successful in receiving an offer after your first, second, third audition, please do not let that put you off. If you see that they're auditioning again and you still want to fulfill that dream of working for that specific company or just working on board in general, please still apply, because I would hate for you to miss out on this incredible opportunity because you were worried or scared or nervous, or you thought you weren't good enough. What is meant for you will not pass you by. And so keep going, keep pushing, keep training, keep taking class, keep being the best version of yourself that you can be, and you will be rewarded for that eventually. And hopefully I will get to see you out here on the 7 seas one day. I hope you found this helpful or informative. If you have any other questions about advice or the audition process or something else, please do not feel shy. Drop me a comment down below and I will answer it to the best of my abilities. If there's any specific kinds of videos that you would like to see on this channel moving forward, I would be more than happy to provide that content for you. As always, thank you so much for being here. I'm really grateful for you, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.